Hi, Michelle Pitt. You had asked me to do if I would show you how to do a handle and how I do the thumbs. So I'll show you the beginning part. This is my mug, and when I pull handles, I like a nice clean piece. I don't really want to do a reclaimed piece because of air bubbles, and I kind of roll it into a bit of a cylinder, just a little bit. And if you've seen how to pull handles before, you need a bucket. And you can kind of use your fingers to make it equal thickness and pull it out. So when I'm pulling handles for my mugs, I always make a couple extra because sometimes they dry too quickly or they crack or there's something wrong with one, and there's nothing like not having enough. If you just use your fingers to pull both sides and make it all symmetrical, it looks just nice and beautiful. Then I place it on my bat and kind of make it in the shape I like. Cut it in the angle I like. And that's one. So I'll do several of these. And then next I'll show you how I make the little thumb piece and attach that on. Okay. If I'm doing a pair, I match them up, then I make sure the length is equal and the shape. Nice little shape. And then they get leather hard, and of course then I score and slip and put it on. And I made these this morning, about 8 hours ago. It's got their own little routine. And I'm lucky enough to have a Giffen grip. I love it. Everyone's got the favorite tool. I like this little curvy end here. Nice and leather hard. And I like this large avocado cutter. And you asked for putting handles on and you get trimming. Handles are coming. Okay. I just bought this new tool. It's very fine. Just for putting my foot on. It's a little too thin actually, but I'll just try it for fun. The bottom's just a little gucky, but that's okay. We manage. I'm going to use a wet finger to smoothen that. It's a guggy bottom. Write my name at the bottom. you go. All kinds of extra handles. This one's kind of cute. Maybe a little bit pudgy. Let's bring it in a little. Don't want handles that are too big. As you saw, I pulled them. That's kind of cute. So I do my looking to see that it's straight across. I'm sure you all have techniques. That'll work. This is how I score. Use my serrated rib. You can use a pin tool, whatever works. And I'll put it back on. Eyeball it. Those are my markings. Again, my serrated rib. Score and slip. Put the handle on ever so carefully. There we go. Make sure it's straight on top of each other. And give it a little push. Now I know a lot of people don't do this extra step, but I really like a little, I guess we call it a snake. I've always done this. I don't know, if I don't do it, I just don't think it looks right. So I do a little bit of extra slip in here. This is my favorite tool. There's all kinds of tools you can buy, but once you get used to one, I just love the way this wood feels. And I just jab that in there. The edge. I don't know, do any of you guys do this? Is it a bit obsessive? But I just feel so much better filling in that crack. And give it a good push. I'll do the same on the bottom, but then I use this, I like the mud tool, the fine sponge. For the amount it takes me to put on handles, and then I'll show you how I do my thumb piece. I should be charging a lot more per mug, but I don't do this for a living, so I guess that's how I justify it. It doesn't cost me much, it's just a lot more time. Put all the slip in there, cock it around. Rub this little fine thing. I get so used to this wooden tool, I just love it. It's like an extension of my fingers. You have to give it a good rub so that when it dries, you don't see any cracking. And that's why I use the mud tool afterwards. You can see if I spend a day making mugs, I spend a day putting handles on. And I refine that one for. I'm going to move this one and put another one I've spent more time on and get right to it. How about this one? Okay, so then for my handles, I always do a handle. You know, once you started, everyone seems to really like them. I get all kinds of compliments. My hands are gucky, but I can always wipe it. People love the handle because the thumb fits in there. So guess what tool I use to make that thumb? All I do, I made it up. I don't think I mean, there's all kinds of little thumb pieces if you look online. I make a little ball, get my thumb nice and wet, push it in. Needs to be really wet. Now remembering it shrinks, so you're going to make it a little bit bigger than it is. And it goes down pretty thin, because then you have to score and slip the base on. Like I said, I should be charging more, because it takes longer to put the handle on than it does to make the mug. But people love it. So try and make the same amount of clay on both, otherwise you'll be removing it later. And I peel it off. That's why I'm working on plastic, because it peels off really easily. And then I just do a little bit of rounding at the bottom. Clay is amazing. I can muck with it. Rounding at the bottom. Indenting. And I score on my handle where I'm going to be placing it. Bit of a mucky mess on there so it stays. I've never had it fall off. Doesn't really need it here because it's so mucky, but I usually do a score. Then I just sort of place it on. Now the trick with this is if you just turn it this way to make sure it's straight on, otherwise it'll be adjusting forever. So it's equally on both sides. Just a small little detail, because if you don't, then you'll just be mucking with it. And then just push it down gently. Support that handle because it's not firm. And then you want to keep moving. Clay is amazing. Make it into one. I always imagine it being one piece after this. So somebody described it as ergonomic. The more you rub it, the more it looks like one piece. I have even gone to the point of putting a little filler in the side. Depends. My lovely wooden tool. Favorite little magic piece. Yeah, and just give it a look underneath. Make sure that it's not gucky under there, because you'll be sanding away if it is. There you go. And it's pretty much symmetrical. And that's how I do it. People love it. Good luck. Tell me how